I felt a sadness so profound that I was unable to do simple tasks like showering in the morning without wanting to throw up. I was stuck in a limbo where everything moved so slowly. I've never felt something so acute before. I thought I was foisted with a curse or something. A few weeks prior, everything was normal. I'd go to work. I'd come home. I'd procrastinate. I'd play video games. I'd DoorDash. That was like my normal. That's what I did every day. It's pathetic, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. But then, out of the blue, I've been given a taste of what life would look like if I was living at my edge. Living at your edge means to just, like, going to the edge means to just go right beyond where your comfort zone is. And then living at your edge is living just outside of your comfort zone every day. Little this little level up was loaned to me, and I think it's cuz things were kind of going uphill from a continuous input from my end, because even though my life was mediocre, I was changing things. I was working harder. I was taking better care of myself, and I reaped the rewards. But like, I usually end up slacking. Like, I don't stick, and then I end up slacking and I lose everything. I was given more than I deserved, and I saw beyond my reach. I'm not gonna tell you everything that happened. It's just pointless. But like, I'll simplify it for you. Imagine you get like $10,000 deposited to you out of the blue, and with that money, you'd buy loads of things that'll make your life better. Not just limited to like material items, but like genuinely things that just make your life better. Higher quality food, or like a new car that doesn't break down. Not necessarily a flashy car. Maybe like better clothes, but not like, like not designer or whatever, but just like better quality clothes. It was loaned to me, and it was so real and so beautiful that it became my baseline. It became my new normal. And my new normal was now better than it previously was. I was lifted by a force greater than I, and to the next level, if you like to call it that. I didn't have to touch a ladder. But like I said, it was loaned to me. You have to repay your loans. So I was taken, and I fell far, all the way back down to my regular mediocre life. And when you climb that high and you fall so low, you break your ankles. There's like a dichotomy to these things. If you invest pain now, you'll get pleasure later. I can be disciplined now, and I'll reap the rewards later. Or I could be like a scoundrel and think about the present moment, do nothing, and then later I have nothing but pain. You can't have one without the other. You have a currency, which is feelings. If you spend pain, you'll buy pleasure. But if you spend pleasure, you'll buy pain, whether you like it or not. A warm blanket has been lifted off my body, and all that's left is my cold as shit. If there's anything you take away from this short video, it's to not be a slacker. Don't slack. I usually show up to my job late. When I clock in for work, I'm missing out on extra money. I'm also building a bad reputation with my boss. If I get late, my job is pretty far. If I get late, I spend like $100 on public transport per month. But if I'm like super late, public transport is just not gonna cut it. I have to do Uber. And one Uber ride is a third to a half of what I pay per month. That's what happens when you slack. I wouldn't have to do that if I wake up early. Today I chose to just stay in bed just cuz. And I went to work hungry as hell, and I dropped like $50 for no reason. Share this with your friend, and have a nice day.